Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making cherry tomato pasta.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
I'm excited to share this one with you today. It uses fresh cherry tomatoes from your garden, garlic and some Parmesan, and some fresh basil. It is so delicious and so fresh and goes great with any protein. So let's get over to the stovetop and whip this one up. Okay, so I have some boiling water here, and you can really use whatever kind of pasta you want. I'm choosing to do spaghetti. So get your water boiling, and then I just have a nice big skillet here. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of oil in it, probably, oh gosh, not even a tablespoon. And we're just gonna pour, we got 2 cups of fresh cherry tomatoes. Woo!
Ooh,
That's what happens when there's water and oil. Gee whiz. All right, so they're gonna sit there and burst and cook. And while that is going, we're gonna get our pasta going, because that's really what's gonna take most of the time. Salt your water really well, and then just cook your pasta. And yes, I'm gonna break mine in half because it's just easier to eat. You want about 8 to 10 ounces of pasta. I'm sure you could go even more. I'll just flick one out. Oh, it went in here. That's funny. I wonder if I can get it out. These are so juicy. Woo! Man, they are just singing. They're gonna roast in there a little. They're gonna start bursting. And let's set our timer for the pasta. That is what's really gonna take the most time. You can see them, they're already bursting here just a little. It's gonna make this delicious sauce that we're gonna just toss the pasta in. So while those are cooking, it's gonna probably take about 5 minutes. You wanna get yourself a cup of chicken broth, and then I like to throw a little bit of dry white wine in. It adds such great flavor. And then some garlic. If you got fresh garlic, great. I'm using the minced garlic just because I always have it in my fridge. I just keep moving these around a little. You can see that some of them are bursting. They're gonna release all that juice. Some of it's gonna caramelize on the bottom of your pan. And I tell you what, it is so, so good. You can see when they get hot and they start bursting how much juice and stuff comes out. And honestly, if you have more tomatoes, you could add more tomatoes. They're really starting to go, which is great. They get nice and soft, and then I just kind of poke them and squish the juice out of them once they start blistering. All right, you can see how some of them have burst, and we're getting some really good sauce in here. I'm gonna add my garlic right now. And you want about 3 cloves. I'm gonna add way more than that just because we like garlic. And I feel like this is a lot milder than fresh, so you just give it a good amount in there. All right, so we're gonna let that cook just until it's fragrant. Look at how great that looks. I'm gonna squish a couple more. All right, now I'm gonna add some white wine. I've got about 3 tablespoons, just a little bit. Turn this up a little. And I'm gonna add probably 3/4 of a cup of my chicken broth. Whoops. I used just the better than bouillon. We're gonna bring that up to a simmer. It's gonna evaporate some off, and then the tomatoes are just gonna keep cooking, and we're gonna make this delightful sauce. Now we're gonna let that reduce. Let's give our noodles a spur. So I've got some fresh basil here. This did not come out of my garden or somebody's garden. It's already froze a couple times here, so it would have been wilted. You want a generous amount. So I've got, let's cut that up, cut some of these stems off. Just gonna pick some leaves off. I'm gonna just stack them up here as we wait. Get them all stacked up, then I'm gonna roll them up and get them julienned. So roll them up. Can you see?
Yeah.
And you can see they come out like little ribbons, and that's what you want. Man, that looks so great. Turn that down, let it simmer. All right, so I'm gonna add some salt and pepper to this. You can certainly season it. We're gonna taste it again once we add some Parmesan cheese. But I know tomatoes can take quite a bit of salt. Oh man, that smells so good. All right, let's check on our pasta. It's got 10 seconds left. Usually this pasta takes a little longer, but we are gonna cook it in this sauce for just a little minute. It's gonna soak up some of that flavor. Needs a little longer. Well, actually, by the time it cooks in the pasta, it's gonna be great. So I don't drain it too much. I just use my spaghetti scoop and kind of get the water off of it. We're gonna just put it in to that tomato sauce. Noodle down. I think this dish, well, we're having it with chicken tonight, but I think it would be perfect with like a Parmesan chicken or anything like that. And this one I've made a couple, last week? Because it was so good.
We had so many tomatoes.
I know, we had so many tomatoes. I had gallons of tomatoes.
So good.
So good. Just give this a swirl in there. I'm gonna move this back. Let me grab our Parmesan. And I don't add too much. I don't know, we're gonna just do that. Kind of melt it in. Do that again. So that's really just a couple tablespoons. I wish you guys could smell this. It is so fresh and so amazing. I'm gonna do a little bit more cheese. And then we're gonna toss our basil in. Look at how beautiful that is. It smells gloriously. Oh, super quick, super fresh pasta dish. Okay, let me grab a fork. We're gonna taste it. For some seasoning, turn my heat down way, way down. See if I can not make a mess. Well, that's so good. I'm not gonna add anything else to it. The extra cheese brought some more salt, and it is just so fresh and so good. I could eat a whole bowl just like this. So we just serve it out of the pan like this, or you can just plate it up just like this, or put it in a bowl. I mean, however you want to do it, but that was super fast, 10-minute side dish really, to use up some fresh garden tomatoes and some fresh basil, if you've got that hanging around. And Man, it is just so delicious. And I know some people don't like tomatoes. I didn't for a long time. This is so good. I hope you guys try it. Hey, thanks for joining me in my kitchen today as I showed you how to use up some of your garden cherry tomatoes for this cherry tomato pasta. Great side dish for any protein. You guys, I hope you're doing well. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode. You guys take care. I think a fresh tomato, cherry tomato, fresh cherry tomato pasta or cherry tomato, or just call it, I'm just gonna call it burst tomatoes. Just call it fresh cherry tomato pasta.
Yes.
Is there an E at the end? Cherry tomato pasta.
Well, that was lovely and even shorter and everything. Okay.
Okay, cool.
You're blocking me out completely.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's why I tell you.
Gonna taste good, I know.